He's been able to go, like, not too badly, but... Yeah.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spaulding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spaulding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT students has become 7,200, and we are now entering our 17th consecutive year of record enrollment. All the while, UT's academic profile continues to increase. There has been $350 million in new construction since 2000. We have added 7 new residence halls, academic buildings and labs, as well as athletic facilities. Plant Hall even got new carpet and new windows. UT now has more than 3,000 events annually and 200 clubs and student organizations. We have won 13 NCAA Division II championships, and since 2000, Spartan teams have won 35 Sunshine State Conference titles. As a member of the University of Tampa Spartan family, you are a guiding force behind UT's remarkable success. We are alums, students, parents, and friends, and together we are changing lives. We are individuals, yet the greater whole is only complete when we work together. You have helped make UT a vibrant community with growing resources and a superior reputation. Just like in the beginning when professors worked without pay, the spirit of giving at UT remains strong. Last year, nearly $14 million was donated to the university by thousands of generous supporters. When we strengthen education, we strengthen our job force and our nation as a whole. Donations support academics, campus life, and a student's ability to afford an education. Your participation is what matters most and shows that our Spartan family believes in the future of UT. Whatever level of support, your gift is important to us and enables UT to provide the challenging, high-quality education that has defined our university. Thank you for helping UT achieve such great success.
Highly ranked graduate school. Students are within walking distance of jobs and internships, and the recreational opportunities are endless, both off campus and on campus. Students live in upscale residence halls and enjoy diverse activities, including performing arts, guest lectures, nearly 200 clubs and organizations, and a nationally ranked NCAA Division II athletics program.
college sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us.
And for college sports.
Welcome, everybody, to University of Tampa baseball as the final game of a 3-game series against Maryville from Missouri, as the Spartans now 6-2. And we'll be right back with the starting lineups after the national anthem. So welcome everybody back. Jack Ike along with Taylor Stolworthy, Arnaldo running the board for us, making us look and sound good as the final game of a 3-game weekend series. Spartans have won the first 2 games, 10-2 on Friday night, 10-6 yesterday, as the Spartans are now hitting the ball really well. Ran into a couple players coming to the game, and I said, you guys are hitting .344 as a team this year. And it has really just gone up, and up over the last 3 weekends. The Spartans will hit the road next weekend for the first road trip of the season, and it'll be a conference road trip at Palm Beach Atlantic. And the weekend after that, they stay on the road, non-conference play, though, against Mississippi College. As for this game, the Spartans will send out Gonzalez onto the mound to try to get the sweep of the 3-game series. And Skylar, first start of the year, but he has appeared in a game so far.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Gonzalez can do on the mound as a starter. He was able to go the distance in games at Polk State. He went 5-2 with a 54 2/3 innings pitched last year, and of course a very nice, just a little bit over or under a 2-to-1 strikeout walk ratio, but had a great appearance from the bullpen earlier, and he's going to get the nod from Urso to start today.
Starting lineups for the Maryville Saints. They will start at shortstop, number 2, Jack Ziebig, a freshman from Plainfield, Illinois, who led off Friday night. Freshman, first appearance in a collegiate game, and had 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats, so a good start for him. Batting second, number 8 in left field, is Michael Gold, and he is a junior from Naperville, Illinois. Batting third is the center fielder, number 15, Zeb Roos, and he is a senior from Concord, Missouri. Batting cleanup is number 3, Elias Stevens, a senior from Baldwin, Missouri. He is a catcher. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 5, Jacob Hager, a junior from Festus, Missouri. Batting sixth, first baseman, number 14, is Michael Long, a sophomore from Ellisville, Missouri. Batting seventh is the right fielder, number 7, that is Camden Ruby, a sophomore from Aurora, Illinois. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 11, that is Nick Hoffman, a senior from Des Plaines, Illinois. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 9, he's been there all weekend long, Andy Bunton, a junior from Danville, Illinois. They will have number 31 on the mound for the game today, and that is Ryan Locke. He is a grad student from Plainfield, Illinois. Spartan battery, Gonzalez on the mound, and Danny Gutcher behind the plate. Ziebig steps in. We're ready for the first pitch. and he hits one out to left field. Before I could tell you the outfield positions, Jamarcus Lyons makes the catch on the first pitch.
That's a great start there for Skylar Gonzalez. First pitch, an easy flyout for Lyons to get in left field. And I think for today, as you may have been able to hear over the PA, Smooth Operator playing for Gonzalez's warm-up song. And I think he'll be wanting to avoid a tendency of Formula One driver Carlos Sainz, who is once sang the song over the radio after a successful result, because Sainz last season with Ferrari had reliability issues, wasn't completely consistent, and what Urso will want from Gonzalez is a very consistent start to get consistent outs and keep Maryville's bats quiet, especially since yesterday they put 4 runs past the Spartans in the top of the first. However, you can't blame Thurmond, I think, for a majority of them. There's a couple rough plays by Nunez and Urso, who did recover to make some great plays later. Urso converted some nice stuff, and Nunez has been great with the bat. So even if 1 or 2 balls get by him, he's able to usually get 1 or 2 hits to counteract it.
Twice this year in the first 8 games, the Spartans have given up a 4-run first inning. Once they battled back, which was yesterday. Ball outside. This is the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Gold.
Yesterday, Gold was the best hitter for Maryville, as he went 2 for 3 with 2 walks.
Again, a very small sample size, but Gold is hitting .571 on the year. 7 at-bats, 4 hits. Taps it out, and he's down, and they call it a fair ball. That'll be an easy out. Gold, I don't think it was inside. I think he just spun himself down.
Yeah, I think it's just probably everything that just caught him off guard. That's another one of the unlucky check hits, as I call it. And that time, it's even more unlucky that it's not a foul ball. It's actually in play for the easy 1-3.
Gonzalez to Dasco. Spartans before the inning is over. All right, I was going to say don't swing at this one. Setting the defense for you is Gonzalez on the mound. Gutcher at behind the plate. Dasco is at first. Earhart second. Nunez at third, Urso at short, and in the outfield, it's E.J. Cumbo making the catch in right. Jordan Lala is in center, and Jamarcus Lyons is in left. 3 up, 3 down inning. We go to the bottom of the first. No score, Tampa and Maryville.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can. And then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for. Because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Bottom of the first we go. Starting lineup for Tampa. Pretty typical starting lineup. Number 8 will be Jordan Lala, a senior from Tampa, Florida. Batting second, number 2, is Drew Earhart, a grad student from Tampa. Batting third is number 11. A J.D. Urso, a sophomore from Tampa. Batting fourth is number 9, Anthony Nunez, and he is a sophomore from Hialeah, Florida. First pitch from Locke, outside. Second pitch, actually, 1-1. Batting fifth is number 14, Santiago Garavito, a sophomore from Plantation, Florida. There's a sky-high pop-up. Drifting over is Roos in center. Shallow center makes the catch, 1 up, 1 down. Batting sixth is number 25, E.J. Dasco. Dasco is a grad student from Miami, Florida, transferred in from Valdosta State University. Batting seventh is 0, Jamarcus Lyons, a junior from Tampa. Batting eighth is number 19, E.J. Cumbo. He is a junior from East Meadow, New York. And batting ninth is number 27, the catcher Danny Gutcher. And he is a sophomore from Tampa. Very Tampa theme on this team.
The Tampa theme works well, though, and the Spartans have had a strong start. They're looking for a potential second series sweep of the season as they conclude the 3-game stretch against Maryville. And the only 2 games they'd lost this year were in very close battles against a Quincy side who looks like a really strong threat in the conference that they actually share with Maryville.
There's a base hit. Good hit by Earhart. It's that time they put the shift on, and Earhart made him pay. They had 3 players on the third base side of second base, so he hit it where nobody was.
Yeah, I think that's the goal. He can just pull it to the right spot. Or actually, it's not the pull turn. Pull's turn on the same side. But he was able to get it just past the second baseman, and they're going to bring back the shift at this at-bat. And if Urso can do the same, he'd put a runner in scoring position.
I think I probably belabored the point on Friday that the shift is outlawed in the majors. And the other infield rule this year in the majors is all infielders must be inside the grass of the outfield. Nobody can be playing back on the outfield grass. But that's in the majors, not at this level.
I also think that those shift rules, work at this level because a shift like this is generally all you need for a batter who likes to pull it. You don't have to go crazy with sending 6 fielders on the left side of the field. Because, players like Joey Gallo, who generally hit it that way, they are completely in trouble when they see that because there's nowhere they can hit it. They always pull it to the other side. You're essentially telling them they have to bunt it every at-bat.
There's a walk. We'll send Urso to first, Earhart to second. The one thing that is allowed in the majors is you can put in an outfielder into the infield and play 5 infielders if you want. But again, all of them must be on the dirt.
I will say, though, all it takes then is 1 ball to the outfield, and you're looking at extra bases even more if you hit it at the right spot because where you're not going to cover, center, right, or left.
Right. Anthony Nunez to the plate now. This guy is just really pounding the ball right now. He has a .484 average, 15 hits, 31 at-bats. Ball outside.
I think Nunez, his emergence as a star for the Spartans is one of the things I think Coach Urso will love the most. He's flourished now in the starting lineup, and even yesterday it was a quieter day for him with a 1-for-3, 1 RBI day. But even that is still very good on the stat sheet. So excited to see if Nunez can keep the good times rolling.
1 for 3 and you drop.
You drop your average in a 1-for-3 day. When for most other players, that's maybe a slight bump or just keeping it around course.
And as I said, the Spartans as a team, 344, so 1 for 3 isn't even the team average.
Indeed.
Swing and a miss. Nunez with an uncharacteristic strikeout. That's just his 3rd of the year.
That's an important strikeout there for Ryan Loke. He's battling back. And this is his first start of the year. Last year he went 4 for 6. 52 strikeouts to 24 walks. Not bad in the strikeout to walk ratio. Especially as a starter, you're not getting strikeouts as often, so you're not also conceding as many walks in that span.
That's up the middle. If it falls, that could bring in a run. No, nice running catch by Roos to end the inning. So the Spartans get 2 on. Nobody scores. We played 1 full. It's no score, Tampa and Maryville on TampaSpartans.tv.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity
personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Top of the second inning we go. Skylar Gonzalez on the mound for the Spartans. Had a quick inning. And they will send up in the top of the second. Let me find my lineup here again. I made it too big. Oh, here we go. Stevens, Hager, and Long. 4, 5, 6.
Righty, switch hitter, and righty again. So obviously, you do like to have that type of rotation lineup that's good, staggering out the hand batters, just to make sure a bullpen change doesn't cause you have to worry about a platoon disadvantage. But facing off against a righty, Gonzalez, no serious disadvantages, with the exception, I'd say, of Hager's at bat, as he'll be approaching it likely from the left side.
Stevens comes into today a 200 hitter. Again, small sample size. That means 1 hit and 5 at bats.
Yesterday,
that hit was a home run, by the way.
Stevens didn't get a home run yesterday, but went 1 for 3 with an RBI and also scored twice.
Sky-high pop-up. Dasco heading into foul territory. Has room. Waits. Makes the catch. Made the catch on the home plate in the bullpen.
He lost his hat, but got the ball.
Yep.
That's, I think, a very fair trade that Dasco won't mind. And that gets a quick out on the board for Gonzalez, bringing up Hager.
Brings Hager to the plate.
He had 2 RBIs yesterday with a 1 for 3 day. There are a couple sacrifices throughout each lineup.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Spartans playing Hager relatively deep in the outfield. Straight away. Same at the infield. Catches the corner for a call, strike 2. Umpires for today's game behind the plate, Rafael Pineda. On the bases is William Minter.
The famed 10 and 11 spots we sometimes joked about.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Gonzalez. And 2 quick outs.
First strikeout of the game for Gonzalez with a beautiful 2-strike slider, getting him fishing, but he comes up with a rubber shoe. Another player will be taking a crack here in the Spartan pond with 2 away now.
Long to the plate.
That was a close ball one, but I think the umpire said either just a little inside or just a little high that time.
Long also hitting 200, 1 for 5 this season. Big swing and a miss. Almost looked like he was a little ahead of that one. Boy, close on the corner, ball outside.
2 pitches in this at bat. Good framing attempts from Gutcher, but just hasn't been able to get the strike. Gonzalez down 3-1 here.
And he walked him. So a 2-out walk will bring Ruby to the plate.
2-out walks hurt, but they're better than no outs because you just need to get the final one to get out of the jam. And also, the forced play opens at second if you send a ball to the infield.
Fouled off. That ball had a little backspin on it.
Ruby had a .303 average last season. Did not play yesterday, but will get the start today.
Big swing and a miss on that one. And Ruby falls behind 0-2. Daskal holding Long close at first.
It's working as Long has a very small lead.
Yeah, now he stretches it out about 2 steps. Ball a little bit low.
Some great sinking action on that 2-seamer he's had, but unfortunately didn't get the swing and miss that he wanted that time.
little bit low outside, 2-2. Two pitch with 2 out. That's ripped out into right field. Takes a 1 hop. Fielded by Cumbo. He's going to try to throw to third. Cut off by Urso. Runners at the corners with 2 out.
Smart call to actually send the runner in motion there. That's the reason he was able to get to third. Otherwise, Cumbo's throw would have been able to hold him up at second.
Yeah, it was a crisp hit.
It probably would have been a second late, but if Urso let that bounce, it could have reached Nunez nearly in time. But also could have also gotten away and brought a run home. So I think smart by Urso just to play it safe, bring up Hoffman with a runner 90 feet away.
Foul back. Gonzalez in the stretch. Runner goes on second. They throw anyway. He gets the base. Earhart cut it off before it got to second, making sure that Long didn't try to go from third. So now runners at second and third with 2 out.
I think especially at the collegiate level, if you have a runner on third and you steal from first, you always have to be careful.
That's going to bring a run in. That's down into the corner, all the way to the wall. Lyons picks it up. 2 runs will score. Coming into second with a sliding double, Hoffman, and it's 2-0. Maryville strikes first in this game.
Big 2-out hitting here from Maryville.
A walk, a base hit, couple stolen bases, and now a double. Bring those 2 runners in. All of this after 2 were out. Fly ball. Lala in center. Drifts a little bit to his left. Ends the inning. But a couple runs on a couple hits. 1 left. We've played an inning and a half. It's 2-0 Maryville. Spartans will send up Dosco, Lyons, and Cumbo in the bottom of the second on TampaSpartans.tv. E.J. Dosco to lead off for the Spartans in the second. Spartans will have to battle back in this game as a 2-run top of the second for Maryville puts them up. Dosco hits one down the right field line. It may stay fair near the line. Bounces fair into the corner. Dosco heading to second will stay there. Stand-up double. He went opposite field.
That is the exact start Spartans need. Played it perfectly to the opposite corner. And there's nothing you can do there if you're the outfielder except run and try to get it. And that gives Dosco a big extra base hit. I'll mention from yesterday, the Spartans always responded when Maryville scored in an inning. In the first inning, they put 3 on the board to make it a 4-3 game. In the 6th inning, when Maryville took the lead back with a 1-run, I believe it was the home run that they had hit in the game, Tampa scored 3 and took the lead. And in the 4th inning, when Maryville found 1, Tampa responded with 1. So if that trend continues, Tampa should be able to cut into the deficit.
That was Dosco's 5th double of the year. Jamarcus Lyons at the plate now. And he sends that one out into right field. Having plenty of room, though, is Ruby. Makes the catch. Too shallow for Dosco to try to advance. So 1 out. Runner still on second base.
That's just more BABIP unluckiness, actually, if you will, for Lions, because he's put a lot of balls in play, only a couple strikeouts all season. That one's not even a bad spot, but just not enough power to get down into the gap and get Dosco to third.
E.J. Cumbo to the plate now. Ball outside.
Cumbo batting lower in the lineup today, but likely just because he has to face a lefty starting pitcher. Just being cautious of the platoon disadvantage, even though, of course, he did hit a walk-off against a lefty earlier this season.
Lauk takes a good look, asks for another sign. Outside. 2-1. That one he flares out into left field, going back, near the wall. One hops to the wall. That will score. Dosco, and cruising into second with a double is Cumbo. So a couple stand-up doubles get the Spartans on the board. It's a 2-1 game.
That's the reason the Spartans like to play back in the outfield, because that's likely a routine fly ball if you're deeper back there. But instead, it just gets right behind the outfielder, not enough time to run back and get it.
Goal wasn't that shallow, but that one hop to the wall.
Yeah. It did look like it was going to be shallower than it was. It didn't feel like perfect contact, but it did have enough distance in the sky to get down. Big RBI double.
So same situation. Man on second, one out. Now Gutcher at the plate, and he goes to right field, but foul.
I'll say with this Spartans lineup, you've got a hitting core that is 9 deep with Gutcher. He's had a good start to the season. And if he's the weakest hitter in the Spartan lineup, well, I'll very much take that. He had a great season at Eckerd last year and has continued it coming off the bench for the Spartans.
Kind of bloops that one, just falls foul. Right now, Gutcher at 182 on the year, but he's only got 11 at-bats. 2 hits, 11 at-bats. That one out to right field, but nope, foul. Ballpark here surrounded by about 100-foot tall fence all around the park. Tries to keep as many balls into play. We've got a couple major streets down first and third base lines. I'm sure a few cars have been startled.
I know yesterday the fence had come into handy because foul balls would have nearly interrupted the track and field meet that had been going on. That's the last thing you want during a 400-meter relay, foul ball to enter the race.
That would be a shot. It's over the right field wall is the track here, and you can see the scoreboard. It'd be a shot, I think, if it hit the track on the fly. I mean, that'd be a mammoth home run. But I'm sure a few have rolled onto the track. Stays alive, fouls it off.
It would certainly have to take a big bounce to get there because there is a bit of a gap, the buffer zone where students will usually traverse.
Space out there.
Could have been someone doing out homework outside, and all of a sudden a foul ball interrupts their studies.
It could. 0-2 again. High, 1-2.
This is a very long at-bat from Gutcher, which is a great thing, especially to get Luke's pitch count up early and just keeping alive, fouling it off. It'll also frustrate him, potentially thinking, what do I need to do to get this guy to strike out?
Fouled back. He's making Lauk throw pitches. Long look at the plate. Now, you may have seen Lauk with a little hand gesture there. I think that was his fake throw to reset I was going to say the shot clock, but reset the pitch clock. And as long as you throw to a base or make it appear you're throwing to a base, and they pretty much just said, just kind of give us a twitch is about all you have to do.
That might have been it again.
Yeah. And I think the pitch clock is about 15 to 18 seconds. That one is hit fairly deep, going back, near the wall, off the wall. That's going to tie this game up. Cumbo will score and into second with the third stand-up double of the inning for Tampa. We talked about how early in the season your average can vault. 182 on this at-bat, 250 after the at-bat.
That's the exact thing you like to see at the start of the year. The average jumping up by 70 points in one plate appearance.
And a good extra base hit.
And like I said, Tampa responding immediately, tying it up, and with Lala at the plate, a serious chance for the Spartans to take the lead with just one away.
No lead is safe with this team.
By the way, Luck is now on 33 pitches. He was at 24 at the start of the Gutcher at bat.
Really? Gutcher, he was 0-2 after about 6 pitches.
He was 0-2 and he worked his way.
Him off.
Yeah, he fouled him off. Worked his way up to, I think it was 1-2. And after a couple more fouls, took it deep.
Yeah, great at bat. Outside now 2-0. As now he's not finding the strike zone with Lala at the plate. In the stretch. Down the middle, strike call. Wow, I was taking all the way on that one.
2-0 on the count, always a good idea just to let him go. Because if you're up 3-0 on the count, you're very much in control as a hitter. In a spot like this, it also is incredibly dangerous.
2-2 evens it up. Still just one out. 2-2 pitch to Lala. Outside full count. Ball outside, he walked him.
Lala didn't even need to swing his bat. He took every pitch and got on 6 pitches.
I was just noticing, if you look over the left field wall, there's some construction going on. And it's Sunday, but they appear to be working out there. All of a sudden, I saw this crate being moved across the top of the building. It's a new chiller plant that they're putting in, but there's, I think, 3 or 4 guys watching the ball game out there. You can see their orange vests.
Hey, you might as well if you have to. If you're going to take a break on the building, you get a perfect view.
That's a great seat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's like being just sitting in the left field seats, field bleachers.
The only downside is you don't get the entire Tampa skyline that is so significant for this field, but still a perfect view down onto the field. You can see the attendance of the fans that have come out, and pretty strong support once again from both Maryville and Spartan fans.
Pat Evers with a mound visit.
Gets a little bit of action, I think, at the bullpen as well for Maryville. But just also trying to make sure that Luck is doing okay early on. A chance to try to get out of the jam. 2-1, one away, tied game.
Coming to the plate for Tampa, Drew Earhart, who singled. They had the shift on for him. Now with runners on base, they're not going to, but they're not holding anybody on base. First pitch to Drew is a strike. Spartans have plated 2 to tie this game. Both teams, at this point, have put up 2 spots in the second. And that's up the middle. They don't get any. The throw, he beat it out. Bases are full. Bunton was kind of caught in no man's land there. He fielded it, the second baseman, well behind the base. Shortstop was playing pretty far to the third base side, couldn't get over for the force. And by the time he raced to the bag, Lala had slid in safely. And when he made the throw, Earhart had already crossed first.
For a majority of runners, they could probably get Lala out at second, or will get the runner out at second. But Lala has the speed to beat it out by over a full step, and Earhart beat the close throw.
That one gets away, that hit him. That hit Urso, and will force in Gutcher, and the Spartans take a 3-2 lead.
All I have to say is, ouch, but the pain will fade away with that lead, and an RBI, technically, for Jay Urso.
The PA announcer yesterday was into that.
Yeah, I mean, geez, there was a PA guy yesterday. Don't know who he was. He was saying,
good?
ouch. Yeah, I think it was quite good. I don't know.
Okay. Motivate the crowd.
Yeah.
Both you and I stepped away from our
Yep.
play-by-play duties yesterday, but we're still being paid to talk.
Yep, and of course, if we missed the game yesterday, the joke being that I was on the PA yesterday, replacing our good friend Gil, who's back on the PA today.
Gil and I were both over at basketball.
Yep, a fun doubleheader for the women's and men's teams.
Yeah.
A big day for Spartan sports yesterday, a little quieter now.
Tennis going on across the street, I saw. Foul back. Congrats to the Spartans women's basketball team taking down Nova Southeastern yesterday. Third-ranked team in the nation, now 25-1 on the year. 17-1 in conference play. 2 more regular season games. At the moment, they hold a 1-game lead in the conference standings. Ball low. This is Anthony Nunez. Bases loaded, still 1 out. There is somebody warming up in the Maryville bullpen. As Lauk has struggled, giving up 3. That one gets away. That'll bring in another runner. That one hit. That was the old 55-foot pitch there, and the Spartans now take a 4-2 lead.
That's a change-up, but more of a change down as it just drops a little bit too early. Spartans continue their red-hot start.
Runners on second and third. Pat Evers pulls in the infield now. Doesn't want this one to get out of hand. Go with no force, but a play at the plate if they can field it. 2-2. Nunez up the middle. Fielded at second base. They concede the run. Bunton with the play. Tossed it across to Long. Earhart scores to make it a 5-2 game.
I saw Earhart sliding into home plate. I think he actually collided with the umpire. So the umpire was helping him up afterwards.
I saw that.
The umpire's all good, Earhart's all good, which is good. And I will say the wild pitch prevented what would have likely been a double play on that play.
True.
Because they had enough time to get the runner out at first, but there was no runner at first.
And they probably wouldn't have been playing back.
Indeed.
Had that not brought in some runners. That's a fly ball. Garavito out to right field for the 3rd out of the inning. Caught by Ruby. But the Spartans post 5 runs, 4 hits in the inning, and take a 5-2 lead after 2. We'll take a break and be right back on TampaSpartans.tv. You may hear some cheering going on. It's not for Taylor and me. There's a promotion going on. I think it's a Greek festival coming out here today. And it was a T-shirt toss there.
Any reason to get out to the ballpark is a good reason, though.
It's almost a jam-packed crowd here today on a Sunday afternoon. What a great day.
Indeed, a beautiful day out at the ball field. And great to see these promotional events getting more fans in the seats.
About 75 degrees out. Not too breezy. Skylar Gonzalez. See how he handles a team up now 5-2. He's facing the top of the order, Ziebig, in the top of the 3rd.
I'll say the bottom of the 2nd was important for Gonzalez. It gives him confidence to go back out and continue being strong Because sometimes conceding 2 runs, that can hurt with you a little bit. You can think, darn, I had a rough inning, but now he looks, he has a 3-run lead. He's got a cushion again.
Yeah, my team's got my back. And he comes back strongly with a strikeout to the first batter.
Good 2-strike slider there to get him looking. Zebig now falls to 0-2 as Gold steps up.
The damage in the second all happened with 2 outs. Long got a walk, and then Ruby and Hoffman doubles. Doubles have been the hit of the day so far. There's a sky-high pop-up. Earhart, Dasko both moving in. Dasko makes the catch. On Friday night, when Brandon Davis was here, I was mentioning that when I played up in a adult baseball league up in Wisconsin, we were discussing one day, if we were to go out on a major league field, what play would give it away that we had no business being on a major league field? And our first baseman said, a pop-up to first.
Yeah, that's fair.
He said, I would be like a helicopter, just around and around and around, and it would fall in front of me.
For me, it would probably be a fly ball straight to me or potentially another pop-up.
Yeah, I think we talked about this the other day, and we both admitted we played outfield.
Yep.
Fly balls right to you, you take the wrong step,
and boom,
you're
they're over our head. Yep.
That was a major league pop-up. Dasko makes the play on that one. Brings Roos to the plate with now 2 outs. Inside, walked him on 5 pitches.
The ball 3 was a very close sinker that just missed the zone. But we'll see if Gonzalez can work his way out of the jam. It was last time with 2 outs, the walk opened up the floodgates, but Gonzalez have a little more confidence in this inning.
Elias Stevens coming to the plate.
Last time Stevens was at the plate, he popped out where Dasko ran all the way to the bullpen home plate to make the catch. Interesting how teams utilize the bullpen. I know Quincy last year, late in the final game of the series, they were all out in the bullpen just watching the game.
Right.
But many teams like to stay back and just kind of warm up.
Tampa typically won't send anybody down till they want someone to get ready.
Exactly.
They won't have a host of pitchers sitting there waiting.
Looks like, I think, similar here for Maryville.
0-2 pitch, runner goes, throw down to second. Earhart got it, he's got him. Drew is upended on the slide, but he still held on and made the tag. And a nice throw from Gutcher to Earhart ends the inning. And no runs, no hits, nobody left after that. We've played 2.5, it's 5-2 Tampa on TampaSpartans.tv.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
E.J. Dosco to lead off for Tampa. Here in the bottom of the third, he doubled, stand-up double his first time up, got things going for Tampa.
He also was able to score a run from his last at-bat in the second inning.
Tampa had 3 stand-up doubles in the second. 2 of them were back-to-back. Dosco pops it, giving Chase his long dives.
It dropped.
I think he didn't get it. He went hiding behind the dugout. Long giving a good effort.
By the way, just a score update over in Georgia for Tampa men's lacrosse. It is currently 6-5 Spartans.
Okay. Early, sounds like.
Early up in the second quarter.
That's ripped down the line. Does it stay fair? No. By about 2 feet foul. One hop to the wall, but just foul.
That stayed fair. Could have helped the Spartans baseball team get their 6th run of the game. Trying to match the men's team that has taken the lead against a really tough opponent in Lenore Rhine. Another quick score update. Tampa defeats Eckerd in women's tennis 4-0.
Okay. One thing I found from Dosco this year, he's not afraid to use the entire ballpark to get a base hit. And there's a base hit.
First, it went all the way to the right field corner. The foul ball went to the left field corner. This one down the middle.
Right up the middle for the base hit.
It's good to have a batter who can hit it everywhere on the field because you can't game plan a shift around him.
Yeah.
For Joey Gallo, you know he's going to hit it to the right field usually, so position your fielders that way as much as you can now with the shift rules. But for Dosco, he'll hit it left, right, center, no matter what.
Doesn't matter. Try to scout him. Jamarcus Lyons at the plate. He flew out to right field his first time up. Hit the ball well, but right at Ruby in right. Little low.
Lions had a solid start to the season, but as I mentioned earlier, just not a lot of luck when it comes to balls in play. But when he's put the balls in play, they've been huge. He had a home run last weekend against Quincy and a walk-off in the opening series of the season.
There's a ground ball out to shortstop. They get one, the relay. I think they got it. They turn 2, 6-4-3.
Oh, and that's not good. Lions, I think, missed a step. Yeah.
Got a little limp to his run here. Did he hit the base awkwardly, or?
Yeah, either that or just took a wrong step, I think, as he was trying to beat out the throw and really hope he's okay.
They immediately had a member of the training staff meet him.
Good to see him get back to the dugout at least, like walking and jogging over. That's generally not a bad sign if you can do it on your own power, but hopefully he'll be okay.
E.J. Cumbo to the plate now with 2 down. We'll keep an eye out and see who goes out into left field when we head to the 4th, which could be in a few seconds. And it will be. A 6-3 toss there ends the inning for Tampa. Quick inning for Lauk. No runs. Did give up a hit. Nobody was left, though. We have played 3 full, and it's 5-2, Tampa on top.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
We head to the top of the 4th inning. Tampa on top 5-2. And I will turn over the play-by-play duties to Taylor for a couple innings, see if he can add on to the lead.
Thanks, Jack. We'll try to keep my ERA at a minimum here on the mic. Spartans, of course, had a big 5-run bottom of the second. Both teams quiet in the third. Gonzalez looking to continue his strong start so far. We'll see if we can get the stats page to reload and show his current pitch count. But so far, good outing. He needed a big third inning, and he was able to get it. This will be helping conclude the weekend for Spartan Sports. Of course, men's lacrosse is also playing, but unfortunately the Lenore stream doesn't have a live scoreboard, which is a shame, so hard to tell. You have to check the Spartans Twitter account to see what's going on, and I believe it'll be currently a 6-5 lead there still. Could have changed, but we'll just have to wait and see. Ball one taken low. It's going to be Stevens leading off, as we're still waiting on the stats page to update. This one taken inside, 2-0. Two and one checked up, but I think that was right down the middle. And the count will go to 3-1. Just missing the sinker on the outside corner. Hager on deck. He's 0 for 1. And ball four. Solid walk here. And Hager's back at the plate. 2 RBIs, 1 for 3 day yesterday. Earlier in the game, he struck out. That's been one of 2 strikeouts that Gonzalez has had. Just misses that slider inside. Feels that for a majority of the game, those inside pitches on righty hitters have not gone either pitcher's way, especially for Gonzalez, as he's been trying to locate that front door slider. 2-0 here. But another beautiful day here in Tampa.
You ever get tired of saying that?
Not really.
No.
It's always easier to say a beautiful day down here than up in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Especially in this time of the year when it's always relatively cold. So very happy to see warm weather and also not too hot today.
78 right now in Tampa. Said we could hit 80 in a couple hours.
Not that humid as well, which will help because it can get quite hot when it is a bit humid.
Coming down here this week, it's high 80s later this week.
This one fouled away. We're going to get a full count now. Wonder if a Spartan will be getting ready in the bullpen.
I've not seen anyone go down there. I was keeping an eye. Oh, yeah, I just saw a ball get thrown. Spartans moved the bullpen. It used to be just like where the visiting bullpen is, just down the baseline. But the Spartans moved it off the field and behind a fence. So you can't really see who's throwing.
Ball for that time on the slider. Runner was going, but we'll get the base no matter what on the walk. I would not be surprised if we see Militello come out here.
Back-to-back walks.
Another great way you want to start the inning. You already know the percentages for a leadoff walk. What about 2 leadoff walks? And here comes Urso, so I actually think he'll make the call to the pen here.
Yeah.
Gonzalez at 50 pitches. We don't know whether it's just the arm running low or whether it is just potentially
These two batters, he wasn't really pounding the strike zone like he had earlier. So maybe Joe just sensing something at this point, but he usually makes the change, and he is. Nobody has emerged from the bullpen yet.
We'll have to wait and see who it is that comes out. But Gonzalez, 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, and he's responsible for both runners right now.
It's kind of like a game show. We're waiting to see who comes out of the gate.
Who is behind the door. My money would probably be on Caney potentially out of the bullpen. He is the player who usually starts those third games, and wouldn't be surprised if he was coming out for a long relief stint here. We'll get you that number very shortly. But yeah, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts for Gonzalez. Only conceded 1 extra base hit, while Spartans have quite a few on the game. And it looks like it's number 21, actually, from
That
the
is
bullpen.
Beckett White. Beckett White, 2 appearances so far this year, all in relief, 3 2/3 innings pitched, and has given up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, 2.45 ERA.
White had a great year at Chippewa last season. Did well in the bullpen with a 1.40 ERA, 26 strikeouts, and 11 walks. And has, well, mimicked a strong start for the Spartans as well. Urso will be hoping that he can get out of this quick little jam, and it will take a quick break as he warms up. And we are back. More Tampa baseball. Slow start to the inning for the Spartans, conceding 2 early walks, and prompts a change to Beckett White, as this one's fouled away by Long, who's got on base earlier today with a walk.
Beckett White, number 21, is a sophomore from Gulfport, Mississippi. Transferred here from Chipola College, and that's a pretty solid junior college program here in Florida.
That one fouled away.
Solid in multiple sports.
White so far has taken the skills from Chippewa and brought him to the Spartans. A couple early strong outings for him. And Urso will be hoping for another today as Tampa looks to get the series sweep against the Saints. 1-2 as that one just goes outside. By the way, we did, I think, not sure if we mentioned it before, but I believe it is Nico Saladino out in left field.
We did not mention that. Yes, Jamarcus Lyons, as we said, looked like he came up a little lame on his run to first base. Kind of gingerly ran back to the dugout, and the next batter was the third out of the inning, and Saladino has replaced him.
Looks like he could have pulled a hamstring or maybe twisted his ankle on the run as he was trying to leg out the double play, but just couldn't do so. He was a step behind. So unfortunate for Lyons, a string of bad luck this season, and the second time he's had to leave a game from an injury. Earlier, he got a hit on the base paths by one of the Quincy runners.
Yeah. We hope it's not a pulled hamstring, maybe just tweaked.
Maybe just something that if it takes him out for the rest of the game, it's unfortunate, but hopefully he'll be back for the next Spartans game as they begin a road stretch that would only be interrupted by next Monday, a one-off game back home at the University of Tampa Stadium. So Ruby steps up. He's a 1-1 count already against White. White recorded a strikeout just a few moments ago as well. 2 on, 1 away. Slight shift to the right, but not major. And 1-2 now. So yeah, you can see Urso a little closer to second base, but it's kind of double duty of him holding that runner there. Dosco with a big gap from himself to first, not holding the runner there, allowing him to take a sizable lead. This one fouled off. Last year, Ruby hit well for the Saints. He had a .303 average and decent numbers in the other slugging and on-base stats as well. Swing and miss in the slider in the dirt. 2 quick strikeouts for White, and 2 away now. As Hoffman steps up, he's 1 for 1. Brought home 2 on a double last time. And Shirley would do the same here if he replicated that hit. Tampa's outfield relatively deep.
Ooh.
Ball 1 very close that time. Definitely seeing a hitter zone today. We've been getting a more benefit of the doubt on the calls. One and 0-2, or no, sorry, 1-1. Got confused from the live stats. Earhart on the previous pitch feigned covering second to try to make sure the runner Stevens just didn't take a big enough lead. This one fouled back. It's 1-2 now. One more strike, and White could strike out the side and get out of the jam.
That's what you want your reliever to do.
The job of the fireman is to put out the fire.
Put him in a jam and get out of the jam.
Can he turn the jam into a peanut butter sandwich? Yes, he does. A big slider. Swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3. White, 3 quick strikeouts, and the side is retired. That concludes the top of the 4th. Spartans set to bat is Gutcher, Lala, and Earhart, and the bottom right after the break. Welcome back. You're watching Tampa Baseball. Taylor Storley alongside Jack Ike. A beautiful day here in Tampa. 5-2 lead for the Spartans. Beckett White just came in, put out a nice peanut butter jelly sandwich to get out of the jam. 3 straight strikeouts with 2 aboard. And now the 8 or 9 1-2 hitters will have a chance to try to get the Spartans to score once more. This slider missing inside, ball 1. Once again, the zone very hitter friendly today. You know, last weekend we sometimes saw pitchers getting more strikes. This one's fouled back.
Gutcher was the 3rd of 3 stand-up doubles the Spartans had in the 2nd. He put his into kind of center field.
And with his stand-up double, he was able to bring home an RBI and jump his average up by 75 points, up to 250 on the campaign. Just 12 at-bats. And this one likely will bring it back down as this one's popped up into foul territory. And it is caught by Hoffman, 1 away.
Hoffman battling. I don't think it was the sun, but kind of blue skies, and had to find exactly where that one was going to come down.
Clouds can also get in the way. Patchy skies can do that. I know previously one time we had a cloudy day, and that's where it's really hard to track the ball. Almost like the roof of Tropicana. Gray and the white ball do not mix well.
No.
Very tough to read pop-outs in that stadium. Sometimes you almost rather having to deal with the sun to have a perfect blue background.
Yep.
2-0 here, opening up to Jordan Lala. He drew a walk last time and would later score. Three 3-0 here. Lala up early. He has not needed to swing in his last 9 pitches. As he actually didn't even need to swing at all when he was able to get on base. And Lala was just taking all the way. He didn't even have his bat back ready to swing.
He didn't even cock the bat that time. No.
I think it was just maybe an unspoken agreement between him and Luck. If you saw on that pitch, it's like, yeah, you're going to miss the strike zone. I'm going to take the free base.
Why not?
Although I will say it's not advisable to walk Lala, who's a very good base stealer, and for Earhart, who's a very good hitter. And also, here comes a coach from Maryville, and I have a feeling that will be a call to the bullpen, potentially ending Luck's day. He's gone 3 1/3 with 5 earned, and there is the ball. He is done. 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. And we will see a call to the pen. We'll be right back as Maryville makes the change with 1 away and 1 on.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Welcome back to University of Tampa. Nick Schmidt takes the mound. The redshirt senior. Last season for Maryville, he had 7 games started, 8 appearances, 21 innings. Not a great campaign from him, and had a perfect 1-to-1 strikeout walk ratio with 24 strikeouts to 24 walks. Funny enough, also 23 earned runs, so very close in that number too. Could have had a triple jinx in that category, 3 of the same stat. Strike 1 taken.
24 walks is a lot. I mean, you're a good strikeout to walk ratio is 2-to-1, and he was 1-to-1.
Especially in 21 innings.
Yeah,
that is quite a high walk rate.
It is.
About, I think, maybe, I don't know whether that is 9. That might be 9 walks per 9 innings.
It is. It's one inning. Yeah.
Definitely not what you want, but having that strikeout ratio as well is not terrible. Here goes Lala, but he's actually going to just stay there, taking a big lead. You will say, maybe think, oh, maybe he's just a true three true outcome guy, but no, he actually only conceded 2 home runs in 21 innings, which actually isn't that high of a home run rate.
No.
0-2 here.
There he goes.
Earhart's going to send this one to right field. Will it drop? And no, wait. Yes, it did drop. It just fell out of his glove. It looked like he caught it, but just couldn't hold on to it. And so it's a single to put runners at the corners.
It didn't bounce away. It was more maybe trapped it, or it was just laying out just outside his mitt.
I think that's a good case.
We saw Lala go to third. We're like, all right.
Good case scenario for Ruby to at least keep it with him. If it bounces behind him, 1 run scores, and that's probably a triple for Earhart.
Good effort, though.
Had to make the diving play and did enough to prevent a run from scoring. That brings up J.D. Urso. Urso takes high, ball 1. But Jack, mind getting us the stat breakdown for J.D. Urso really quickly?
For the day?
For the season,
if you can. For the season. All right. Put me on the spot, huh? You still want it?
No, at this point.
419 on the year.
That number will go down, but he should get a sacrifice RBI in this play. And yes, he will. Lala goes home. But yeah, Urso, after a slower first series where Tampa bats were quieter, he's been doing well at the plate. And simple hitting here. Bring a run home, even though it's 2 outs. Spartans now lead by 4.
Spartans, this is game 9. Coming into this game, they had 7 hitters who already had double-digit hits on the season.
And that's a sign of bats being very healthy. Another one of those healthy bats, Anthony Nunez. He's 0 for 2 today, but did bring home an RBI last time on a ground out.
He has the healthiest bat, 15 hits this year to lead the team.
Let's see if we can find 16 here with 2 away. Strike 1 taken. The Spartans 0 for 3 with 2 outs so far. Maryville 2 for 5 in that same spot. The other batting splits, however, are dominated by the Spartans, 7 for 17 on the game. Maryville only 2 for 13 in total. With runners on, Maryville's 2 for 6. The Spartans are 4 for 11. And with scoring position, Maryville's 1 for 5. Tampa is 3 for 9. This one fouled back. It's 1-2. Pineda shows 1-2. Now Schmidt from the stretch. High once more. Not as windy today, but you can tell the flag's moving a little bit. That could have a little effect on fly balls. Strike threes, buckled by the slider that time. Drops right in front of him, and that'll end the inning. The Spartans score a run on a sacrifice, but that's all, as they will strand a runner. We'll be back with more Spartans baseball after the break. Top of the
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
On my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Welcome back, and some more activities at the ballpark have got the Spartans fans, I think, pretty excited. A large student contingent has showed up. I believe they're trying to unfold T-shirts here. Oh no, I think it's a frozen T-shirt contest where they froze the T-shirts and you have to thaw them out and put them on. Well, on a warm day like this, that would probably feel nice to do so, but not too sweaty. I know a few other games where it was really humid. That would feel unbelievable to have that ability to cool down. First pitch now from White, strike one taken down the middle. And hello again, I'm Taylor Storthy. You're watching Tampa Baseball. Jack Ike will be back shortly as this one's popped up to center field. Lala should be able to make an easy play on it. We've also got Ornaldo running the board. It's great to have Ornaldo running the board because during the soccer season, when Ornaldo was on the field as one of Tampa's best forwards, I didn't have anyone else running the board. I had to do double duty. So it's great to have part of my job alleviated here in the spring. Zebig takes the plate now after the initial pop-out from Bunton. Swing and a miss, strike one for Zebig as the stadium quiets and the competition concludes. But these are the type of events you'll see when you're out at Spartan games. We encourage all fans to come out and show some support for the Spartans. And also, it's not, or you're facing or seeing a very good team in action. Tampa, one of the best in the nation in baseball, one of the best in men's lacrosse as they lead 7-5 at the break against number 4 ranked Lenore Rhine. We have the third best women's basketball team. And other solid sports all around. Strike three, another strikeout for Beckett White. That's number 4 of the game for him. Zeb Roos steps up now onto the on-deck circle as Gold takes the plate. Good attempt to frame it by Gutcher. Ball one. Saw Gutcher with a good throw from home plate to get a runner trying to steal second earlier. This one just low, ball two. I think this is one of the first times we've actually seen White fall behind the count. He's done a good job of getting ahead of batters and recording quick strikeouts. Here's the 2-0. Fouled away. Two now. And there's Dalton Ross running out to get the foul ball. And apart from being a pretty strong pitcher from the bullpen, Ross also helps get those foul balls back to the dugout to be reused later, as this one perfectly into the gap will see extra bases. It is a standing double for Gold. Urso had to watch that one soar over his head. He would have needed to be 6'5" like the Quincy shortstop, who made a top 10 play last week on an incredible jumping grab that led to a double play. That time Urso, even basketball hops, I don't think would have helped him. Runner on second for Zeb Roos. So far with runners in scoring position, I mentioned a little bit earlier, Maryville only 1 for 5 as this one's tipped foul. If that was a swing and miss, that would have been a little bit worse because it probably would have let Gold get to third on a wild pitch. Or past ball, depending on how it was recorded in the stats. 0-1 now. Just high, Roos in a 1-1. Five at-bats yesterday. Roos went 1 for 5. He did bring home 1 run via RBI. This one's going to be grounded. Beckett White misses. It's picked up by Nunez. Quick throw on the run, and the side is retired. 1 hit, 1 runner stranded, and that'll do it for the top of the 5th inning. We'll be back in the bottom of the 5th. Garavito, Dasco, Saladino due up right after this. And we are back at the University of Tampa baseball field. I'm Taylor Storley, soon to be rejoined by Jack Ike. Ronaldo running the show. Santiago Garavito stepping up to the plate. 0 for 2 today, a rare slow start for one of the Spartans' best hitters. He's taking up the DH mantle today as Gutcher sits behind home plate to form the battery. Garavito's had a great start as a Spartan. The Santa Fe transfer delivered on opening day, the night if you will, by putting on a light show with a solo shot. He'll be facing off against Schmidt as he begins his 2nd inning in relief. He came on back in the bottom of the 4th, went through 2/3 of an inning and got a strikeout while facing 3 batters. 1-0 taken here. This one sent foul. 1-1. A big day for Spartan sports over the weekend. Yesterday, if you missed it, Tampa was able to win 10-6 against Maryville. A strong comeback late in the game was able to push the Spartans to a 6-2 record. For women's lacrosse, it was a massive victory over Lincoln Memorial. Mixed results at basketball. Women's basketball took a victory. Men's basketball took a disappointing defeat. Men's lacrosse doing well at Lenore Rhine today. And baseball also with another strong start here. Not the perfect start in the count for Garavito, but it's worked up to a 2-2. Let's see if Garavito can convert, try to get a board for the Spartans to start the bottom of the fifth. Taken outside, full count. Schmidt, the senior from Wentzville, Missouri, is ready. Playoff pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt, and Garavito knew it was bad. Tough for him, as Schmidt gets a second strikeout of the game. That's going to bring up E.J. Dosco. He's 2 for 2, double and single. And with that, he would just need a triple and home run for the cycle. We know Dosco has the power to hit home runs. A triple would be a little bit trickier. Even for the true speedsters like Cadenas and Lala, they can be difficult. This one fouled away. Not sure, maybe bounced off Stevens. He looks fine, though. And Dalton Ross beating Saladino to the punch. Saladino taking some more upswings on deck. He replaced Lyons after Lyons tweaked his leg on a small running injury going to first. Hopefully it is only a small injury, and we'll see Lyons later this week for the Spartans. But for now, with that nice single from Dosco, it'll bring up Saladino with a runner on and one out. Saladino has also hit well for the Spartans. A really strong, flexible player who can run in the infield and outfield. That's the type of utility you love to have as a coach. Saladino hitting .250 on the year with a .375 slugging percentage. He actually has 2 doubles as well. 1-0 taken. And, he's going to get hit by that one. This one a little too far inside. Second hit by pitch of the game for the Spartans. And that's going to bring up E.J. Cumbo. I don't know, Cumbo will be enjoying this at bat. First time he doesn't have to worry about the platoon facing off against a righty with a runner in scoring position. See if the Spartan fans can get a little louder here. We heard how loud they can get at the break. Now a big chance of the runner in scoring position. Here's the first pitch to Cumbo. Taken low, ball 1. But Cumbo last season for the Spartans. First team All-Sunshine State Conference. Another good start this year for him. Let's see if the strong start to the inning for the Spartans can be continued. That one looked very low, but just low enough to stay in the zone. But I will have to say, you can't argue with City Hall, and there's a reason why I'm in the booth and not behind home plate. 1-1. This one's going to be grounded. And it will advance the runners, but also bring the second out of the inning. Not enough time for Long to make a throw to second. Try a double play. Gutcher steps up. He is ready for his third at-bat of the game. The Spartans have converted a few times with runners in scoring position. So has Gutcher. He's got a 1 for 2 on the day. And he would like to find hit number 2 right here. This one's going to be grounded to short. It's picked up. And nearly going into a split will make the catch to end the inning. Spartans strand 2. They still lead by 4 as we enter the top of the 6th inning. And we're going to have a couple more contests in the intermission. We sadly won't see them. We'll be back right after the break. We're back. University of Tampa baseball field. Bobbing for apples. That's the fun activity during the inning intermission. Tampa holding a 4-run lead as we enter the top of the 6th. Stevens, Hager, and Long due up for Maryville. The trio combined 0 for 3 today, but they've reached base at one point or another. And let's see how Beckett White will deal with them. 25 pitches in 2 innings, 4 strikeouts. A really good start. Elias Stevens, the senior from Baldwin, Missouri. Last season hit .328 with a .638 slugging percentage. It's over 1,000 on OPS in total. Also had 14 home runs and 55 RBIs. See what Stevens can do here to kick off. Top of the 6th. This one low and in the dirt. 2-0 here.
I think it's the marketing department's job to make sure every guy wearing a T-shirt gets it wet today.
Yeah, I mean...
We had the frozen wet T-shirt. Now they were bobbing for apples.
Wonder what they're going to do next to try to get more wet.
Maybe just plain old hose them down or something.
Maybe just get some water guns, have a fun fight, but
yeah.
Obviously we'd have to be careful on the top rows here because we've got sensitive equipment that we would not want to get damaged.
Well, we'll just have to shut the window if it gets to that.
You know, the baseball field is sprinklers. Maybe they turn them on in the middle of the inning.
Run.
I know back in Elmira there was a fun run that fans and kids would do during the top of the 7th inning before the 7th inning stretch. So an initial stretch before the actual 7th inning stretch. By the way, Beckett White just recorded strikeout number 5.
Wow.
He's had a great outing from the bullpen. Hager at the plate. Takes the ball 1 low. He drew a walk back in the 4th inning, struck out in the 2nd inning. Good attempt to frame it, but won't get it. It's 2-0. Pitchers and catchers have reported to spring training, and that means baseball season is just around the corner. We've also got World Baseball Championship baseball coming soon.
Yeah,
As a Yankee fan,
interrupt spring training for a couple of weeks, right?
It certainly will. I'll say a disappointment, though, will be that Nestor Cortez, who's going to represent Team USA, sadly out of the World Baseball Classic with a minor injury. But I think the Yankees just trying to also keep him healthy and ready for the regular season.
That's the bottom line.
As important and fun as those World Baseball Championship games are, they've got a big season coming up soon. You have to stay healthy for that. 3-1 here for Hager. Well, White will concede the walk. Good discipline from Hager this time. That'll put a runner aboard for Long. Walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. I believe he may have been the first victim of a Beckett White strikeout. Double play opportunity, potentially. No major shift for the Spartans. Just misses the slider. And unluckily for Gutcher, Pineda was moving to the left when Gutcher was trying to go left. It's a little bit of a, oops, I'm trying to go this way. I'm trying to go this way. And the wild pitch allows Hager to get to 2nd. Runner in scoring position now for Maryville. They're 1 for 6 in the spot all day. But notably, with 2 outs, they actually hit well. So as they're about to reach 2 outs here with a catch in deep right field, they'll tag up and get the runner to 3rd. Gumbel's got a cannon, but isn't going to beat the runner. Yeah, that deep.
Nope.
90 feet run against a 200-foot throw. That's that would take a big throw from a player like Yasiel Puig, one of the former major leaguers that had a massive cannon of an arm. Any good cannons of an arm today, Jack, in the major leagues?
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't follow it closely enough to know.
Honestly,
I've watched the Bo Jackson replays where he threw a guy out from the wall.
He would have that. Maybe some of the NFL quarterbacks that could have gone pro, like Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Remember, he was drafted by the Oakland Athletics, and last year he was getting more money than the entire Athletics payroll. 1-0 here for Ruby. This one shot to center field. Lala tracking back, but he will make the catch to end the inning. The damage with one hit, no runs come home. Spartans keep a 4-run lead as we enter the bottom of the sixth. 1-2-3, due up for the Spartans.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
The Spartan is trying to make it yours is Jordan Lala. Previous two at-bats, he's gone on base with a walk. 10 pitches, no swings. Make that 11 in a row without it. He's going to get ahead 1-0 here. Dangerous Spartan hitter. Can't
if you let him hit.
Exactly. But if you don't, just give him the free base.
And he becomes a dangerous Spartan runner.
Indeed. This is the final out-of-conference full series for the Spartans. Well, until a little bit later. As they'll open up Sunshine State Conference play later this week as this one's popped up. It should be out number 1 in center field, and it is caught by Roos.
Roos, I don't think, moved more than 2 steps and just waited.
I don't think so, yeah. He just went up, waited, and got it. Drew Earhart steps to the plate now with 1 away. But yeah, next Friday, the 24th, Spartans take on Palm Beach Atlantic. On the 25th, it's a doubleheader against Palm Beach Atlantic at 12 and 3 p.m. You'll be able to watch that on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And, ooh, this one's very high.
That did not bend.
Yeah, that was the curveball supposed to curve. That one was just a ball.
We've had 3 non-conference series to start the season, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Next week we get into what is the typical conference schedule, which is a Friday night game and doubleheaders on Saturday.
And then the following Monday on the 27th, we'll be back here at the University of Tampa baseball field for a one-off game against Davenport. That'll be a fun matchup at 7 p.m. under the lights. 3rd, 4th, and 5th of March, you'll be in Mississippi. And then after another one-off against Seton Hill back at Tampa, Sunshine State play continues against Embry-Riddle. That'll be the next series home stretch for the Spartans. The count now goes, I believe, to 2-2. That one was taken low.
3-1.
3-1, actually.
Umpire showed 3-1.
Okay, 3-1. So, wow, the scoreboard is very off.
Scoreboard had strike 4.
Yeah.
It was ball 4.
Yep, it was ball 4 rather than strike 4. And Earhart takes first base. Runner on now for AJ Urso. And by the way, Earhart's gotten to first base in every single at-bat. He had 3 singles and now his first walk. By the way, update over from Georgia. Tampa leads 10-7 against Lenore Rhine, the number 1 ranked Spartans. Another great game right there so far. Here's J.D. Urso. He's taking that one for ball 1. Urso's 0 for 1 today, coming off the sacrifice fly. Was walked, hit by a pitch, and then brought home and run from the sac fly previously. And in fact, that hit by pitch actually was with the bases loaded, so he's got 2 RBIs on the day.
One of the things we were talking about on Friday, see what you think of it, is Major League Baseball going to the bigger bases. 18-inch bases square instead of 15.
Hopefully that does encourage more sealing in the base paths.
Well, they talk about, hey, it should encourage it because now you're 3 inches closer from if you're leading off second, and you're 3 inches closer to getting to third. So is that 6 inch difference going to make a big deal on whether you try to steal or not? Guys who get in just under the tag or just out getting tagged within inches, is it going to be enough of a difference?
That'll be the big question as Urso sends this one deep left field. Going back, it is gone. See ya. Number 1 for J.D. Urso. We were waiting, and Urso finally delivers a home run. It's a 2-run shot. You don't need to steal a base if you can clear that.
Boy.
He got it all, and it is an 8-2 Spartan lead.
Right into the left center gap. Just cleared the fence.
I think you can tell this.
Go up 8-2.
The Spartans bench could tell that was gone from the moment it left the bat. Spartans had a comfortable lead, but that is important to try to help the Spartans close out the series with a win. And Nunez has a chance to keep the offense going. Had an RBI and a sacrifice ground out and 2 strikeouts so far today. Ball 1 taken high. Strike 1 taken. That's someone warming up now for Maryville. Not a surprise, but also because Schmidt has gone to distance. He's at 36 pitches. And see how 37 lines out. That one low, 2-1. 2-1 count here for Nunez. Three and 1, the slider missing back door. On deck for the Spartans is Garavito. He's also been quiet today with an 0-for-3 day. A chance to try to convert, potentially, with a runner aboard. Not yet. Nunez was ready to flip the bat and take the base. He's going to have to wait till the next pitch. It's 3-2. This one popped up. I think it's going to be drifting into foul territory. Can it be caught? Nice. Yes, it is by Gold on the run. 2 away. Santiago Garavito, his 4th at bat. He'll be opening a little bit better. And a line out and a fly out to start the game. Struck out in the 5th inning. Two out hitting. The Spartans are 0-for-5 today. That's not a great trend, but they have converted before 2 away.
Yeah, they do all their, in this game anyway, all their damage with 0 or 1 out.
0-1 taken after the first slider went over the heart of the plate. Ooh. Garavito rips that one deep, but foul deep. And I think, did that clear the fence?
I did not see it come back on the field.
Yeah,
so he may have cleared the 100-foot fence that encircles the ballpark. And I mean, fouls normally do that, but that one was way down the line.
Yeah.
That might have hit the Straz Center.
That could be a foul ball for any of the residents of Tampa over at the Barrymore Hotel. I was there at the start of the I don't know why I said the school year is a campaign, but I was there to start the school year, and it is a nice place to live as a resident, but on campus just makes life easier.
Yeah.
As that slider misses 1 and 2. Garavito's going to send this one into the gap, but it won't drop in time as Roos makes a running grab to end the inning. The Spartans strike with a 2-run shot from J.D. Urso, and they expand to an 8-2 lead. We'll be back with more Spartans baseball right after this.
Pledge.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
On my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Well, it's corn. Corn on the cob as the fun
and games continue between innings.
They indeed do. I'm Taylor Storthy, handing it back over to Jack Ike to kick off the top of the 7th. But indeed, fun, the crowd excited as Tampa has continued to expand their lead, and the activities had continued to expand in entertainment.
So we had a frozen T-shirt where they had to chisel the shirt out of a block of ice. We had a apple bobbing for apples, and now it was eating a corn on the cob. And two of them looked like they were machines going at it.
It was like one of the old cartoons where it's like Goofy's just completely cycling through the corn, eating it.
Yep. So the Spartans will have an 8-2 lead as we go to the top of the 7th. And it will be Hoffman, Bunton, and then the top of the order with Ziebig.
Tampa expanded their lead, and so do the Spartans lacrosse team. They have just scored again. Luke McEnany, they lead 11-7 currently against Lenore Rhine.
First pitch is a strike. Alex Caney on the mound for Tampa.
I think Caney will be tasked with holding on to the lead and getting through the final few innings here. Did Braden Nelson pitch on Friday?
He did.
How long did he go?
3, maybe.
Oof. It's going to say a little shorter. Tampa could also rely on him from the pen. And they actually still could, because you do have a 5-day of rest up until next Friday's game.
One-two pitch. Down the line, but foul.
Saw the slider, just went early.
Caney on the year, his first 2 appearances were as a starter. 6 1/3 innings, 15 hits. 7 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. As you mentioned earlier, he's had been the Sunday starter, or the Game 3 starter. Now he's coming out of the bullpen, and just missed a strikeout there.
Last season, Caney was a higher leverage bullpen guy, and he's probably reverting to that role after a couple shaky starts. But, he's more suited, I think, to that shorter level of play. He can also, I think, still work well as an opener for the Spartans if they need.
Nice off-speed pitch, gets the strikeout, 1 down.
That's the stuff that Urso likes from Caney, opening up with a quick strikeout.
Bunton, the number 9 hitter, to the plate. Twice has flown out to center. Ball. 1-1. Off speed, fouled off.
A few of the players on the bench scrambling for the ball.
Yeah. And they all toss it to Dalton Ross, who's the keeper of foul balls. The appeal, no. Now 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. So Caney mowing him down here in the 7th. Top of the order, Zebig will come to the plate. A couple strikeouts and a flyout today.
Tampa's done a good job of keeping the Maryville bats quiet. They've only had 3 hits on the game, but they did score 2 runners.
Got 2 hits in the first inning. Ever since then, they've been quiet.
They've mainly done damage by getting on base with 5 walks.
That's a ball high. Fouled off. That one clears the fence. No, comes back. Hits the top of the dugout.
I believe it was Paul Sullivan making the quick grab as it took a weird bounce off the top. We saw Sullivan getting a few innings yesterday.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to end the inning. Caney very efficient, very effective. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time for all the fans here at the ballpark. Tampa 8, Maryville 2 on TampaSpartans.tv. Pitching change for Maryville as we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's number 39, Noah Lainana, a right-handed pitcher, a freshman from Chesterfield, Missouri. You think I said that right? Lainano?
Line-gang? I don't know. I can check if they got a pronunciation on the site, but maybe Noah would just be easier to say for now.
Noah L. is pitching. Freshman first appearance for Maryville. First collegiate appearance. First batter he will face is E.J. Dosko. And so he'll have his work cut out for him as Dosko's got a double, a single, and a single. 3 for 3 day. Fouls that one off.
And quick live update, Tampa just scored against Lenore Ryan. They're up 12-9 in the cross.
Dosko came into today hitting .448, and he's 3 for 3 today, so he's got 32. He's hitting .500. 32 at-bats, 16 hits now.
That number could drop from 500 there as he's down 0-2.
Or it could go up. Let's be optimistic.
Or it could stay the same if he takes a free base, if he's able to battle all the way back. But I know Noah's going to want that number to go down a little bit. He'd love his first collegiate appearance to be a strikeout.
2-2 now. And it looks as if it's Line Gang. That sure didn't look like what I saw there. Line Gang, sorry about that.
Yeah,
they underline the names and the G's look like O's. Sorry. Line Gang.
Because I saw the G's at first, I was like, "Oh, is that like a different pronunciation to Jesus A's?"
Jack has a silent G.
2 silent G's in the name.
How does Jack know that?
Wow, from all the years of experience, I've never seen the G pronounced like that.
Line gang, sorry about that. Fouled off. Stays 3-2. So Noah Line gang on the mound.
In the span of the C.J. Dosko at bat, Tampa has gone from an 11-9 to a 13-9 lead in lacrosse. It's good to see him battling very long here.
Ground ball fielded at third base by Hoffman. Forces the first baseman Long to come out off the base. He did make the tag, though, on Dosko.
I'll say Long and Hoffman got lucky that it was Dosko, because if that's Earhart, Lala, Cadenas, one of the really fast runners, they're probably safe by a few steps.
Yep.
Dosko, not slow, but not, I'd say, one of the biggest base stealing threats, so
right.
That's where you have enough time to make that off throw and get the time for the tag.
Saladino to the plate. Came in as a defensive replacement. Hits one out into left field. Drifting. Making the catch just fair is Gold for the second out.
Unlucky there, just drifts a little too far to the left that time.
We'll bring E.J. Cumbo to the plate. Ball outside. Strike on the outside corner.
That was very close. I thought that was going to be called a ball, especially with how they've been judging the pitches on that side of the zone, but very close.
Ground ball out to second, fielded by Bunton. He bobbles it, throws wildly. Cumbo will get the base. Bunton had it bounce off him, and then in his rush to try to get the runner, threw it well over Long's head. So Cumbo on second base with 2 outs.
That brings up the relatively warm bat of Danny Gutcher. Delivered a RBI last time he was at the plate. Back in the second inning with a runner on. Has another chance to do so here.
Gutcher waits the pitch, swings and misses. I was just curious how they were going to score that if it was 2 errors, because first error allowed him to get on base, and then the throwing error allowed him to take second, but they're just showing 1 error.
I think just 1 error for the throw potentially.
Fouled off.
Maybe just no need, I think, to compound the errors there on that hit. Saw the Lenore Ryan the coach getting out there to try to get the foul ball. Presumably trying to make sure Dalton Ross didn't make a run for it.
Line gang with the pitch, blocked by Stevens.
So we've just been kind of listening back for the stats people discussing, but you have basically just more of a throwing error than a fielding error. You did recover the initial bad hop quickly.
Well, I guess the question is, did the fielding bobble allow the runner to make it to first before the throwing error allowed him to go to second? If the determination is that they'd have had him on the throw, then it is just a throwing error.
I wonder if they look at that post-game as well, just when they're validating stats.
Well, I know Joe Urso will go through the stats and make changes on occasion. Sometimes he'll do that with a pitcher of record. Strike 3. Gutcher goes down. The inning is over.
Unlucky there for Gutcher. Very close, but the umpire will give it to Line Gang. He retires the inning with pretty little damage.
And we'll take a break. 8-2. Spartans are up. 8th inning coming up. Top of the 8th inning we go. Maryville will come to the plate. And they will send up 2, 3, and 4, which is Gold, Roos, Stevens. Spartans, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Maryville, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error.
Caney had a great inning last time for the Spartans. 3 strikeouts, and looking to continue that here. We'll have some tricky bats in Gold, Roos, and Stevens.
Swing and a miss.
And I'll give a final brief update for lacrosse. They've defeated Lenore-Ryan 13-9.
Nice.
I believe that's win 25 for Coach J.B. Clark.
Strike 2. Oh-2 pitch, line drive, gets past Dosco for a base hit. First hit in a while for Maryville.
Certainly is, and you could tell that Caney and Dosco both disappointed. If Dosco was left-handed, he could have reached with the right hand with his glove, but unfortunately, that's too much for a barehanded reach.
Brings up Roos to the plate, the center fielder. Fouls that one off. First base side. Oh, 1 pitch. Off speed, just misses the inside corner.
We've already talked about the Spartans' future games, but for Maryville, the Saints will next be placing off against Saginaw Valley State in a 3-game series Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
This is it for their warm weather trip. I mean, they were at, I think it was Georgia Southwestern, but they got rained out.
Shame to have the entire series rained out, but yeah, they'll be back in the cooler weather in Missouri.
Yeah,
hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer. Yeah, it's kind of tough to have those in February, but hopefully it'll be just a little warmer over that next weekend.
St. Louis area. Ground ball, Urso, Earhart, Dosco, 6-4-3, 2 outs.
The perfect 6-4-3 double play right there. Just a shallow grounder up the middle. And they get the 1 and 2 very quickly.
Brings Stevens, Elias Stevens to the plate. Caney fires. Off speed and high. 1-1.
I believe he was looking for a slider there to go front door and actually did get a bait for a second, but Stevens pulls back in time for the ball.
Off speed, just missing the outside corner that time. Caney with a little hop, like he Wanted the call, didn't get it though. Shot foul, scatters some people in the Spartans dugout, and somehow ended up on the top of the dugout.
Took a weird hop as we saw a few, including Jose Cadenas, making a jump out of the way.
I don't know if it hit one of them and went up.
Looks like they're both fine, though, which is good.
Yeah, they're walking.
Those foul balls can be a bit dangerous.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice little off-speed pitch, and the inning is over. No runs. They did get a hit. Got wiped out on the double play. We go to the bottom of the eighth, and it will be 8-2. Spartans will take the lead on TampaSpartans.tv.
I pledged.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
On my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Bottom of the eighth we go. 8-2, Tampa on top. Line gang still on the mound. Came in and pitched a good inning.
Actually, I believe they might have just brought in, Ryan Hoshaw, the lefty redshirt freshman from St. Charles.
Okay. His first batter will be the leadoff hitter, Jordan Lala. Lala getting ready to take the plate. This will be his fifth at-bat of the game. Actually, technically only his third.
Well, actually, it'll be only his second because he won't be taking the plate. It looks like
Hitter?
it'll be,
Cadenas,
it's going to be
Cadenas coming up. All right, we'll close the book on Jordan Lala.
Cadenas will also be working as a defensive replacement in center field for the final inning.
Cadenas on the year. This will be his eighth game. He's played in every game but one. Has 8 at-bats, 1 hit so far on the season. He can make things happen. Good defensive outfielder, quick on the base paths. Looks at one in the dirt.
Notice the infield is pretty far back. Jose Cadenas can quickly drop a bunt down, and he's got the pace to make it to first.
Yep. Ground ball just foul down third base. Bounces into the field of play.
I believe all the way over there, that might be Jack Brodsky going to get it deep left center
field. Picked up
field.
a win yesterday.
Had a good outing from the bullpen.
Yeah.
Helping the Spartans to that Game 2 victory. A big scoring affair. 16 runs were scored in total on that day.
Strike call. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
There'll be another pinch hitter on deck for the Spartans. McAllister Jorgensen taking some warm-up swings.
Strike 3. And a caught looking for Cadenas. We'll bring up the aforementioned McAllister Jorgensen, who has 3 at-bats this year, no hits to this point.
By the way, for Hoshaw, that was his first collegiate strikeout. He was a redshirt freshman last season with Maryville.
Ball high.
There won't be a pinch hitter for J.D. Urso on deck.
And he rips that one, but right at gold. I was trying to think who would sub at shortstop if Urso went out. I know we've seen subs at the other positions in the infield, but don't know who they might put at shortstop.
I think they would find someone, but it would be tricky, as we do actually. I think we'll see a pitching change here.
Wow, this is unusual. 2 batters and that's it.
I think they're going to get another arm warming up, or another arm in here. Don't think it's a platoon switch.
No, maybe just get another arm in with 2 outs in the 8th. More than likely, it'll be the last out for Tampa today.
Indeed.
So maybe just a chance to get somebody on the mound.
By the way, Bad Days playing over the radio when that's kind of the opposite. 2 quick outs for the number 34 for Maryville. Hoshaw had a pretty good outing to start his collegiate career. They're now going to bring it over, I believe, to Braden Bernard, the redshirt sophomore, number 33.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
So one last pitching change, we think, for Maryville. They did make the change. Nobody in the bullpen, so they need one more out to get out of the 8th. And with an 8-2 Tampa lead, more than likely, Tampa will not bat in the bottom of the 9th.
They'll just need 3 outs in the top to get it done. So we could see J.D. Urso taking the final Spartan at bat. He's had a walk, a hit by pitch, a fly out, and in the bottom of the 6th, a 2-run shot that expanded the Spartan lead to 6.
Infielders scatter, go back to their respective places. Urso will find a spot in the right batter's box. Spartans coming into today had 63 runs in 8 games. They now have 71 in 9 games, so 8 runs basically per game. First pitch is a ball outside. They had a .344 batting average coming into today. They are at 10 for 30 today, so you hit .333 and you'll lose a point off your batting average as a team. And he's gone 3-0 on Urso. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, Tampa up 8-2.
Nunez not being pitch hit for. He is on deck.
Popped up. He may not get a chance to bat. Hit out into shallow left field. Calling off and making the catch is Gold to end the inning. We'll head to the 9th. Last chance for Maryville. 8-2, Tampa on top on TampaSpartans.tv. Alex Caney looking to conclude the 9th inning and pick up the win for Tampa. First man he will face will be Hager. It'll be Hager, Long, Ruby.
We're actually going to see a pinch hitter here for Maryville.
Okay.
Number 16 is going to enter the game. Cliff Vickers, the outfielder, redshirt sophomore from Naperville, Illinois.
And the first pitch from Caney. Check swing, call strike. So Pat Evers doing something similar to what Coach Urso did. Last chance, get some guys some at-bats. They will be flying back, I'm assuming, later today. Popped up. Nunez drifting. Urso drifting, makes the catch. Always an easier ball for the shortstop there.
It's easier to run to the ball than sit under it.
Yeah, and it just gives you that angle when we talked about having them come straight at you.
Right.
You want that angle. Wasn't a long run. It was up high enough. Brings Long to the plate. Off speed, a little bit low. 1-1.
Looks like there'll be another pinch hitter on deck. Nick Daughtry from Chicago, the freshman, can get a chance here.
Off speed, strike. 1-2. Caney rocks and fires. And a strikeout. He's been tough today, folks. That is his 5th strikeout. He struck out the side in his first inning of relief. Now has 5 strikeouts in 2 2/3.
For the Spartans, it's their 12th strikeout of the game as a pitching staff. So they're doing a good job of racking them up.
And this is number 23, Nick Doherty, from Chicago, Illinois. Brother Rice High School. That's a perennial football power up there. Ground ball. Nunez cuts in front of Urso. Toss to Dusko. And the Spartans take the series 3-0 with an 8-2 win this afternoon. Alex Caney, probably not in line to get a save, even though we got 3 innings in.
Not even sure if it's going to be a hold at that stage because of a pretty sizable Spartans lead, but 3 innings of good work from the bullpen. That's all the Spartans need to keep them quiet. 8 runs and 10 hits with no errors. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for Maryville. Only 1 error in the game when we had 7 on Saturday. A lot more fielding issues then, but cleaner fielding, and the Spartans were able to secure the sweep.
So Tampa will hit the road and start conference play next weekend. They are at Palm Beach Atlantic. It'll be a 6 o'clock Friday night game, and then doubleheader Saturday. First game at 12, second game scheduled for 3. We know how that goes. Then next time they're home is Monday, the 27th, against Davenport, a non-conference game. That's a 7 o'clock game. And then they are on the road again the next weekend at Mississippi College for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. Spartans now 7-2 on the year. Maryville falls to 0-3, but conference play coming up now for Tampa. So we'll be back in about 10 days for our next home broadcast. So for Taylor Stolworthy and Ornaldo, this is Jack Ike saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching this game on TampaSpartans.tv.